Taking pictures of yourself while crying to post on social media is super cringy. Please stop doing this for attention. This technique seems to be spreading like wildfire. It really doesn't elicit a feeling of empathy in someone to see your staged photo of when you were just so beat down by motherhood, as an example. People will absolutely relate to your message, yes, but the crying photo is such a huge turn-off for me. We don't need to see you in that real/raw moment even if we've been there ourselves. It comes across as if you are desperately starved for attention if your first thought is let me grab my phone and capture this for the gram. Please stop. My friend's grandmother died and she sent a series of snaps of her crying with captions like I can't believe this happened, I love you so much Abuela, and you were the greatest person in my life, I miss you so much, and I was just thinking. This is a horrible thing that has happened to you and your first instinct is to grab your phone and send multiple selfies of you crying your eyes out, all captioned with messages to your grandmother to people who aren't your grandmother? I'm very sorry for your loss, but this is just so cringe and diminishes your pain and her memory so much. I never understood why people post pics and videos of them crying. How is this an unpopular opinion? Thanks for your input on this extremely unpopular opinion. If you need to take one, send it to your therapist. Hard agree on the photos, but the messages should stay. I recently read an account of one mom's experience with PPD and realized that it was exactly what I was dealing with. Just naming it has helped me move forward and start to heal. It can be done without crying photos and it's really rather powerful. People are doing this. I deleted social media a few years ago and this just sounds peak fucking bleak. Oh man. Where's the unpopular? I'm one more popular opinion away from leaving this subreddit. Not unpopular. It's just one item on an unfathomably long list of cringe-worthy shit that people do on the internet. My favorite is the passive-aggressive status updates that are clearly aimed at a specific person. Stuff like some people just don't know how to treat others, then they inevitably get the "what's up hun" comment, to which they invariably reply PM me. Just keep your private shit off your social media. I don't care about 90% of the stuff I see on there, thus I assume the same when it comes to anything I post. If I think it's cool, or it's something I've created that I want to share, or if it's something I think will make people laugh or smile, then I'll post it. Everything else I assume no one will care about, and so I keep that shit for private conversations with people I know will care. This isn't even close to being unpopular, FFS. Finally, someone said it. Thank you. I used to know this chick that did this all the time, so when she took multiple selfies of her and her husband in an ambulance BC she was having a medical emergency, I couldn't help myself. I had to ask why. Her husband was all smiles and she was crying and looked incredibly ill. It was so bizarre. She never responded, but she did immediately block me, LOL. See this on TikTok a lot. I understand that people get sad, but damn, crying for clout. Or follows. Parading loss? Social media is out of control. This isn't unpopular at all though. Not unpopular. How is this even unpopular? This isn't unpopular. Stop. Pretty sure this is a popular opinion. Downvoted. This opinion is way too popular, sorry. Is this really unpopular opinion? I just assumed that crying on social media was an unpopular thing to do. Oh. God, I dated a girl like this and it was stupid. She used to always take photos of her and what her depression caused. Like Jesus Christ, one time she took a photo and it was her with her greasy hair sticking up. Captioned it, when you haven't showered in days because you're depressed so your hair can stick up on its own or something like that. She was just a train wreck sometimes. And she would record videos on her phone of her crying, and she would post about having mental breakdowns in the bathroom, and it's like, we get it, you have depression and anxiety. Why do you seem proud about this? This sub really needs to be changed to a venting sub. Almost none of the posts are unpopular opinions, just frustrations people want to let out. Since most people have interpreted the sub in this way, it might be better to just change the sub altogether. I personally don't do it, but honestly, op just sounds like you're intimidated by other people's capacity to be vulnerable. Whenever I hear complaints about people doing this stuff on SM for attention, I picture an old boomer whinging about how things are different from back in my day. As an almost 30-year-old, I don't use social media this way, but I also understand why others do. We didn't grow up with technology and social networking the way younger ones have, so we cannot possibly understand how it's ingrained in them and the way they connect with people. They learn their social skills in a completely different way to us. I know older generations also post these pics. To me that just shows they adapt better to the change than I did. We were raised to believe that drawing attention to ourselves is rude or cringe. I think good on those strong enough to show their weak side, reach out and admit they do need attention/support. Way to prioritize yourself and your mental health. Just because it's on SM and not in the form of a phone call doesn't change the motive. Obviously, the same as anything, one size does not fit all, and some people aren't genuine in these posts and just do it for the likes, etc., but that's no different to everyone else on SM. We all post stuff we want people to see/notice. Upvoted Cosimo: this should be an unpopular opinion. Y'all, Charles Manson was bad. I know, super unpopular and no one will agree. It needed to be said though. Not an unpopular opinion. Emma Chamberlain has left the chat. I feel it 100% necessary to call out the douchebags that post pics of them and their child crying after relationship issues on Facebook. That's your fucking child. You're supposed to protect them from shit like that. Not use them as either a weapon or a tool to get sympathy. Anyone that does this is pathetic and should not be a parent. I videoed myself crying one time and I didn't even post it anywhere. I was watching the climax of Forrest Gump for the first time and I had to show others just how awesome that movie is. My GF shower me something like this tonight and my response was, she's acting, this is all fake for more views. Didn't go over well.